Come ride along with me in a couple laps in Monaco, the 2026 Historic Grand Prix. I got to do this with my dad, and it was very special. This particular shot is from Saturday's qualifying when we had a very close call. So that orange car happened to be Richard Griot, my dad, who has taught me everything I know about racing, in particular, not to crash into other people. No harm, no foul, and that day went on without a hitch. So this is the main race on Sunday, and it was a great experience, this whole Monaco Grand Prix, but a crazy one because how do you practice this track? You don't, and it is the tightest track I've ever driven on, including Long Beach the year before, but I got better and better as the weekend went on, and I had my best lap today in Sunday's race. Monaco does not need a lot of explanation. If you grew up watching F1 like I did, it was the pomp and circumstance, the craziness of the wealthiest principality on planet Earth hosting a car race. And I got to see my dad do this in 2014, and it was pretty special. I would say it was one of the best weeks of my life. And he told me after doing that he had completed a lifelong dream, and his new dream was to do it with me. Well, in 26, we did it together. My goal when I race a car is, one, take care of the equipment because it's not mine, and I do like my dad and want to keep the expenses manageable. But it's also to get better and better as the weekend goes on, and the race absolutely exemplified that. On Friday, I qualified 25th out of 26, and I was there with my wife and kids, and my oldest son told me that being last was not good enough for him, so I took that to heart. So that was my best lap at 1:42.83. Now the leaders of this group were 1:31, so there's plenty of room for improvement, but it's my first time, okay? Give me a break. From being disappointed in myself on Friday, I qualified in 14th on Saturday, so my redemption tour was on, and I had a pretty good race. You see me coming up on a couple cars that were quite a bit slower. Now, no fault of anybody. These guys might be excellent drivers on big open courses, but this is a freaky track. You have no margin for error, and of course they give me the blue flag in the tunnel of all places. In the tunnel, everybody thinks like, oh, look at the shock of the light. Like, you don't perceive that at all. All you're thinking about is, do I have any grip? And I got to slow down fast. Approaching the swimming pool. This is my favorite section of the track, and I definitely have a lot more speed to retain here, but modern cars take this so fast, and it's a quick notch. I got more speed there, but hopefully there's a next time to go get even better. Back around the Rascas, there was a 3-car pileup later in this race, and again, the walls are right on top of you. If you make a mistake, you're hitting them, and I did not want to do that. Up to Saint-Deveau, climb the hill towards the casino. Every part of the track is hairy, bumpy, weird diving, and there we go. We see a car hit the wall there in the casino. When I was there in 2014, I watched 10 accidents, and in this race, there were 5 cars that didn't finish because they hit a wall. I did not want to be one of those guys. We had some rain at the end of this race, and that's when things got really hairy, and it ended up being a pretty admirable result. I ended up finishing 7th. Richard finished 9th. So we both finished with all 8 of the wheels on the car. our bodies, all digits intact. And I had a great experience for my first time going to Monaco. I hope I get to go back. Such a dream come true, and I'm so grateful for the opportunity to have been able to do this with my dad, and for my wife and kids to have been there watching me. Still struggle to find words, but man, what a trip. What an amazing place to go have raced a vintage race car and survived. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I love rewatching it and reliving that moment. Have fun in your garage.